Welcome to Learning Literature with Sergio. I am happy to come your way once again with a lesson on literature. But before we start, I would entreat you to subscribe, comment, and share this channel with friends and family members. Do not forget that every Friday we will come your way with new uploads on literature. So your subscription is very important so that you will not miss any lesson of ours. I would like to address some concerns that came up as regards our first lesson, which is specifically on the definition of literature. What we had as definition of literature is a simple way to define literature, and it does not mean that that is the only way that we can define literature. Literature has different ways of defining it, and what we had as an art, which is written or spoken, is a simple way to try to understand what literature is. So we were given some characteristics that we should look out for when trying to define literature. And these characteristics serve as guiding principles in helping us differentiate between literary works and non-literary works. Today's lesson is on Understanding Literature Part 2, and is specifically going to deal with why we need to study literature. Before I begin today's lesson, I would want to quote Judith Langer. And Judith Langer says that literature makes us better thinkers. It moves us to see the multi-sidedness of situations and therefore expands the breadth of our own visions, moving us towards dreams and solutions we might not otherwise have imagined. She gives this statement to encapsulate the benefits that we derive from literature. Though there is a changing trend in the technological world, literature has still remained a timeless piece of entertainment. We all know that the basic function of literature is to entertain and educate. And this, even though there is changing trends in technology, has not affected the entertainment aspect of literature. People, even though have moved away from reading hard copies to soft copies, the benefits that we derive from literature has still remained the same. Literature is the only part of our educational curriculum that deals directly with the actual world of lived experiences. So this serves as the introductory aspect of today's lesson. Now let's deal specifically with the benefits of literature, and we are going to go through 5 advantages or 5 reasons why we need to study literature. To begin with, literature ignites our creative ability and expands our thinking to make us critical thinkers. Literature offers us the ability to think outside of the box and to reach areas of our imagination that we might not have had that opportunity, or we might not have thought possible. In doing this, this will encourage us to generate new ideas and to also indulge in creative conclusions. It is an undeniable fact that in this era, that is the 21st century, the creative industry is the fastest growing sector, and in every economy, and employers in all sectors are looking out for people who are creative. This is what literature offers us, and we cannot afford to overlook this benefit of literature, which is igniting our creative ability and expanding our thinking to make us critical. 2, literature helps us to consider multiple perspectives and understand the complexities of human nature. We believe that life is not a straightforward journey, and this is why literature is so valuable to us, in that it offers us varying forms of instances which will prepare one for the ambiguities of life, to take uncertainties in one's development. Because there are different challenges that we face in life, literature helps us to prepare ourselves to face these challenges in the world outside the test. And it is an opportunity for us to fine-tune our minds so that we will face these challenges well and will not fail in our lives. Thirdly, literature expands our capacity to empathize and understand other people. This Professor Atukwuason puts in a different way, and he says, it provides us with sentimental education that allows us to be fine-tuned to the lives of others with whom we may never interact. Literature presents to us characters that we have no knowledge of. Characters from different cultures, characters from different races, characters from different societies. But as we read, we find ourselves forming attachment with these characters, in that what they experience in their lives in the text, we find out that we are also experiencing the same thing, or we develop some kind of attachment for them. And this expands our capacity to empathize and understand these people. 4. Literature improves our memory and focus. Why am I saying that literature improves our memory and focus? It is so because while we engage ourselves in reading activities, we go through the process of recalling and remembering sequences of events and historical periods. This activity of recalling and remembering offers us the opportunity to enhance our memory. We also do not only accumulate vocabularies, but we maintain our concentration levels whilst reading. For instance, if you find any interesting material, we are naturally drawn to read on, and this, in effect, helps us to gain better focus. Lastly, literature strengthens our writing ability. Literature does not only expand our vocabulary, but also helps us to write articulately and coherently. This means we will be able to write in clear sentences, and sentences that flow well, because we'll be using the correct paragraph structures and grammar. We also learn how to be concise in our messages and present our ideas and arguments in meaningful ways. These give us the opportunities to strengthen our communication skills, both written and verbal. In summary, what we have looked at is why we need to study literature. And these are the benefits that we would derive from the study of literature. 1, it will ignite our creative ability and expand our thinking to make us critical thinkers. 2, literature will help us to consider multiple perspectives and understand the complexities of human nature. 3, it will also expand our capacity to empathize and understand other people. 4, literature improves our memory and focus. And lastly, literature will strengthen our writing ability. This and many other benefits are derived from the study of literature, and we can't overlook these benefits. And this is the main reason why the study of literature is very important in this 21st century. I am happy to say that we have come to an end of today's lesson, and I'll encourage you to subscribe and also comment on this video. We will be coming your way next week with another lesson on literature. Thank you.